Hello everyone, Shintobin here playing some Pokemon TCG Pocket. In this video I'd like to talk a little bit about how you can obtain all of the EX Pokemon from the previous sets without spending money. Granted, this might only be possible if you've put a lot of time into the game, if you've been playing it since the earlier days. I've been playing it pretty casually. I haven't really done too many battles, mainly just, opening the daily packs and doing like the solo missions. So these I've all completed at least one time each, so you can get the hourglasses for the first time rewards. But yeah, if we go to just the most recent cards I've pulled, it's kind of a mix because I've been opening some packs here and there and doing wonder picks as well. But yeah, right about here, this looks like I just pulled a few God packs, which actually I have not opened a single God pack out of the hundreds of packs I've opened in this game. These were all obtained through trading. Most of these EX Pokemon here were like the last ones that I needed to complete at least all of the 4-diamond cards that I was missing from previous sets. Before we get into that, just taking a look at how many cards I have now in the collection from each set. Some sets are easier to complete than others, and by complete, I mean, I guess I should show the missing cards, all the missing cards from each set. So yeah, for Genetic Apex, this is the very first set. Some of the 4-diamond cards in here were very hard to get, and are actually very hard to get now, because, hardly anyone's opening these packs anymore. So they don't show up in Wonder Picks or anything. So getting the last few EX Pokemon from this was actually the hardest thing. But I was able to do it through trading. And actually, I say that, but there's one last card here missing. That is a Machamp EX. That was the last 4-diamond one I needed, and actually it is ready to be traded now, so I'm going to show you that in a minute. So yeah, I have all of the diamond cards in Genetic Apex now. I'm still missing a number of 1-star rare cards. And then, of course, the 2- and 3-star cards are just super rare, so obviously not going to be getting those. Crown rares, don't have them either. Mythical Island. Now, this was the first mini set, like expansion that was released, and that one was actually really easy to complete. At least getting all the diamonds, getting all the 1-star cards was quite easy. Still missing, the 2- and 3-star cards. Then we got Space Time Smackdown. Yeah, this set also had a lot of cards, so I'm still missing quite a few 1-star rare cards from this one, as you can see. Then we had another mini set, Triumphant Light. This one was also, being a smaller set, pretty easy to complete. The only cards that I'm missing from this are also the 2- and 3-star rare cards. Then we got Shining Revelry, the most recent mini expansion. So at the time of uploading this video, this is currently the most recent set of cards that can be traded in the game, because you can't trade like the current set of cards from the latest expansion. But this one, you can, so a lot of the EX Pokemon from here are in pretty high demand, like Wugtrio EX, there's the, the Charizard EX, Beedrill EX. All these cards, lots of people are currently trying to get those cards right now. And yeah, once again, missing a lot of the 2- and 3-star cards from this set. And then finally, that brings us to the current big set that was just released April 30th, 2025. And yeah, I've actually opened like 60 boosters from this already within like the first 2 days. But yeah, as you can see, still missing quite a few cards, even the very common diamond cards as well. Just so many cards in the set. So it's going to take a while to complete those. So yeah, that's where my collection stands at the moment. But as for how I was able to actually get the EX Pokemon, well, first of all, let's go to the trading thing here. I was actually able to get like about 7 EX cards in one day through trading. I spent all of my trading stamina. You can only have a maximum of 5. You can use the hourglass. I used every single hourglass I had to recover it. And then you've also got these trade tokens. So I had been saving these up for a while. I had several thousand, I think, because you need 500 of them to trade a single 4-diamond card. You need 400 to trade a single 1-star card. So quite expensive. This is the last EX Pokemon I need from previous sets. So I'm going to go ahead and and trade that. So this is a person I actually know, and by know I mean know outside of the game. I don't know if I've actually ever met him in real life, but anyway, this is a player who he actually started playing the game when it came out, but then stopped playing. So players like that are kind of more likely to have these like older cards that they're willing to trade because, you know, they don't really care about getting the latest cards, right? So that was kind of lucky. It is harder to find people who are willing to trade these older rare cards at this point in the time, many months after release. So yeah, of course you can talk to people you actually know to make those trades. I only personally have a few friends that I know outside of the game who play this, so I wasn't able to get that many trades in that way. And in the game itself, there's no way to actually send like text messages with people, so you can't really communicate which cards you want to trade in the game. All of that has to be done outside of the game. I did find a very good resource for that, and that is the Discord server, which has almost 250,000 members in it currently, and they have several channels dedicated to trading. So that was where I was able to make most of the trades to get those EX Pokemon. Now, how does it work? Well, let me tell you, it is very fast-paced. It can be a little tricky actually making the trades because you need to have excess copies of cards that you're willing to get rid of that the other person wants, and vice versa. And in this channel, the messages are being posted so rapidly that you only have like a few seconds before some other player gives them an offer and they make the trade. So first of all, in order to prepare for the trading, I went to my collection. You can sort by rarity, so here I'm looking at all of the 4-diamond, all of the EX Pokemon. As you can see, I do have all of the ones from the previous set completed, and the only ones I'm missing are now from the Celestial Guardians. But anyway, 2 days ago, I was missing 6 or 7 of these cards, so I wrote all of those down, and then I also wrote down all of the cards that I had excess copies of, because of course I was only willing to trade cards that I have 2 or more copies of. After writing all those down, and it was a pretty short list for the 4-diamond cards, I went into the channel and just kind of scrolled through, and you know, people are posting so like constantly, so it's always being updated. And the majority of people, you know, didn't have cards that I wanted, but I was able to find a handful of people who I could trade with. Now, the other thing you need to do is to give them your friend code. So I just copy-pasted that, so it was ready to go. So as soon as I saw a message from a player that I wanted to trade with, I could very quickly type in, like Aerodactyl for Charizard, ? And then copy-paste the friend code. And then within a few seconds, they reply back. They add me as a friend, and then, you know, it takes a few back and forth accepting the trade request and whatever to actually make the trade. So it is a bit of a hassle, but yeah, doing that half a dozen times, I was able to complete the collection. And of course, the next step would be the 1-star rare cards, but I am completely out of the trade tokens and have no way of getting more because I just don't have enough extra copies. Every so often, the developers will just give players some more trade tokens. But yeah, as you can see, I am missing quite a few of these rare cards. But yeah, I did the same thing where I just wrote down all the ones I'm missing, wrote down the ones I'm willing to trade, and prioritizing the art that I actually like. But yeah, there's another channel that's dedicated to just the 1-star rare cards as well. That's how I was within like 24 hours able to get a whole bunch of rare cards without spending any money. Now, obviously, the way that trading works and only being able to trade cards of the same rarity, you do have to have built up a big enough collection of cards and have enough spare cards in order to make these trades. You also need the trade tokens as well, and if you just started playing, you're not going to have much of either. So, unfortunately, you do need quite a few cards before this type of thing is possible. But if you have been playing for a pretty good amount of time, then yeah, the trading has made it much easier to get those cards that you just were never able to pull from boosters. Anyway, hope that was useful, and happy hunting!